Hello and welcome to the first video in a little mini series I'm doing of Halloween scrapbook process videos. I'm sorry, I won't do that again. So just to let you know what I'm doing with this, I have a bunch of Halloween pictures from past couple of years that have never been scrapped for whatever reason, so I'm doing them all in this little last part of October and yeah, making a little mini series out of it. Now when it comes to Halloween, I tend to prefer the slightly creepier side of things rather than the cutesy, the more orangey, purpley kind of that kind of thing. So yeah, just to kind of let you know what's on its way. This layout I'm doing today is definitely sort of one of the prettiest of the layouts. The others are, some of them are a bit gory, I don't know, but yes. So I am mostly for all of these layouts going to be using items from the Pink Paisley Spellcast collection. It's sort of a vintagey one, and it's lots of spiders and stuff like that, and the aesthetic, I love it so much. So yes, for this first layer, I'll just let you know, by the way, if my voice sounds weird, I still have a cold, but it's on its way out. Anyway, so this first layout, as you see, what I did to start off with was drop some big globs of acrylic paint up the top and then tip the page so they would trickle and drip downwards, and then also flicking on some ink. There's some black ink, and then there's some Mr. Huey's, I meant to go look at the name of it and I forgot. It's not black, it's like a really dark grey, like as close to black as you can get, and I kind of made little flicks off of the lines and stuff, and you can see why there, because there is the picture and it kind of matches my face paint, if you get what I mean. This picture was from 2015, I'm gonna say, and it was kind of like a last minute decision to go to this Halloween party, and I didn't have a costume ready, but thankfully I'm kind of pretty good at face paint, so I just googled Halloween face paint and that was one of the first images that came up that I hadn't already done, so did that. So there we go. And so yes, there I've got various things from the Spellcast range. There's the ephemera, those like jar things, like the thing with the owl on and the pumpkin and the vase with the black flower in. Those are from a paper, which I can't remember which number it is, but I just fussy cut the whole thing. And those big black flowers are also fussy cut from paper number 2, I believe. And yes, that was a pain to fussy cut that paper. It was awful. And then also from the paper that had the jars and stuff on, I fussy cut those little moth things. And as I was going through the 6x paper pad to look for backing for the photo, I came across this paper which has these lovely gold foiled moths on them. I'm going with moths rather than butterflies because, you know, it's a Halloween collection. Moths are more appropriate, so I decided to fussy cut a bunch of those moths as well, just because they would match. And some of the ephemera I'm using has got gold foiling on as well, so I thought those would look kind of pretty with it as well. It's kind of a creepy pretty that I'm going for in this layout. You'll see what I mean as I start to put everything together. So I don't know why I left so much footage in of me doing this fussy cutting. Oh, I'm finished. Thank goodness for that. So as you saw, I took a picture of sort of where I wanted everything to be, and I started off figuring out a backing paper for my photo, and I decided to go with this paper, which is this sort of burnt orange with this sort of slightly webby but not quite, I don't know how to explain it, gold foiling on, just because the layout was very black and white and grey, and I thought just adding in this little extra bit of colour would help the photo pop and help it be not so black and white, really. So yes, and again, there's a bit of gold foiling in the layout, so sticking with that theme. So I started off with my black flowers, and I'm still haunted by having to fussy cut those. They were such hard work. Oh my goodness. So to stick those down, I'm using a mix of double-sided tape on the sort of the bigger bits, and then some tacky glue in one of those little fine liner bottles for all the little fiddly bits that were so difficult to cut. And that's not one of like the official fine liner bottles that most people use, but it was cheap and it works just as well. Well, I don't know if it's just as well because I haven't used the official fine liner bottles, but it works pretty good. So yes, I'm just pressing that on there. I tend to hold it for about just a couple of seconds or so, just because the tacky glue I'm using is not fast drying, so I just to help it stay there, because otherwise sometimes it can pop back off again. You can also see on my phone there I took a picture of just where I wanted the black flowers to be, because the picture that had everything on it was I'm a bear of very little brain. I had to just see where the flowers had to go, really. That's all there is to it. So I'm just putting down the things that are going sort of slightly behind the photo, and as per usual sort of drawing around where I want them, because I need to. I can't just know exactly where they're supposed to be. I have to use pencil. I can't just, yeah. So sticking down that, oh, sorry, my cold is making me a bit bunged. Sorry, that was gross. I apologise. Yes, sticking down that with a couple of things overlapping it as well. I had to add a little extra glue to those overlappy bits because they were just not staying where they should be. And also, if you're wondering what I'm doing with that pencil, I'm just using the other end of it to press down the fiddly bits where there's glue, because basically if I can avoid getting glue on my fingers, I will, because I just hate it. I hate getting glue on my I hate it so much. Really, it just makes me, yeah. So, I know it's not a good trade for a paper crafter, but oh well. So yes, adding in those other fussy cut things from the other paper, the jars and stuff, and I also added that extra jar on top. Originally I was just going to have the one with the owl, but I added the other one with the skull and the little moths in the jar because, well, firstly I like skulls, but also because I was going to have so many little moths flying around the layout, I thought the jar with the moths would work. Yes, that's my reasoning, and I am sticking to it. So I've got the 3 things on there that say things in gold foiling. There's beware, happy Halloween, and haunting, and I decided to stick with haunting for my title, even though it's actually the smallest word, whatever. I just think it works best for this layout as a title. So yes, I'm very, very happy with that. And then the last thing is just sticking down on my little moths. And just to warn you, my camera stopped filming and I wasn't aware of it, but all the rest of the thing that I did was just sticking down the moths. So I stuck those down with glue dots, just because the glue dots are only about like 1 millimeter or 2 thick, and everything else on the layout was sort of flat, so I thought sticking them down with glue dots would just give that tiny little bit of dimension to the page, with the moths just poking out just a little bit. And I just put them in random places, trying to make it so they were sort of flying out of that cluster of flowers and stuff. And there's some moths there as well from the cardstock sticker sheet as well, just for some extras, because I wanted some more black and white ones, not just lots and lots of gold ones. So yes, there we go, and that is pretty much it. I am really pleased with this layout. I really like the sort of pretty but creepy thing going on, and yes, so thank you so much for watching. Here are some close-ups, and look out for the other videos in this little series. When they're all done, I will all like link them back to each other or make a playlist or all that kind of thing. So, but for now, if you're watching in real time, so to speak, here they will be out over the coming weeks until Halloween. So again, thank you for watching, and catch you all real soon. Bye!